Well, good day. This is sorting using Microsoft Excel, and here I have a little tiny spreadsheet. I have students' first name, students' last name. They took a math test, they took a science test, and then I added up their total score. I took a close look at Trinity Garcia. I saw that she got a 90 and then an 89, and her total was 179. So I added that down here just so I wouldn't get mixed up. If anything happens up here, I want to make sure that Trinity Garcia has a 90, an 89, and a 179. We're going to see what happens. If you want to sort them out in last name order, you can click anywhere in the last name. It doesn't matter where you click. You can click on the top, you can click in the middle, you can click on the bottom. It doesn't matter. Anywhere in column B, and then I'm going to go out to this Data tab, and on the Data tab I found the Sort buttons, and there's three of them. There's one that goes from A to Z, one that goes from Z to A, and then a big one that says Sort. So if I want to put them in alphabetical order from A to Z, I'll just click A to Z, and poof, they're all done. Almond all the way to Zim. Perfect. Let's undo that with the undo button. Maybe I want to find out who was the best in math, so I'll click anywhere in math and I'll say I want to go from Z to A, that is from the largest number all the way down to the smallest number. Okay, I'm going to give it a click, see what happens. The person who did the best was Kimberly Jones, followed by Zim, and then another Jones. And did you notice there's three people who have a 90? Is Trinity Garcia still there? Yeah, Trinity Garcia, 90, 80. Oh, look at that. When Trinity Garcia moves, her scores move with her, because she used to have a 90 and an 89 for a total of 179. But I noticed that of these three people who got a 90, they're listed this way: Zim, Jones, Garcia. Well, that doesn't seem like it's in any sort of order, does it? Not too good. I thought, well, maybe I should do something about that. After it sorts on math, I'll say, if there's any ties, and it looks like there's ties with the 90s, I want to put them in alphabetical order. So click anywhere in math, doesn't matter where it is, and I'm not going to use the simple sorts A to Z or Z to A. I'm going to use this big complicated sort. Give it a click and it says, what do you want to sort by? Do you want to sort by math? And I thought, well, how in the world did it guess that? Because I have headings on the top, that's why. And it says my data has headers. Headers are titles on the top of the column. So it noticed that, and it said you have a column called first and last and math and science and total. So he chose math because I was on math. So it'll sort by math, but what if there's a tie? What if they're both 90? Which one should come first? Should Zim come first, or Jones or Garcia? So I'm going to tell it to sort a second time. I'm going to add a level. It says add a level. If after you've sorted by math, and if math is exactly the same, how do you know which one comes first? I'll say sort by their last name. A to Z. A to Z sounds fine. I'll say OK, and we'll see what happens. Now I have three 90s, but if I look at just the 90s, they're in alphabetical order. G, J, Z. Let's go look at another example. Here's the same information I had before. This time I'm going to sort it by total. So I click on anywhere on the totals, and I'll just do a simple Z to A, largest to smallest. Give it a click. The largest was 181 and the smallest was 165. Did Trinity still have her numbers? Are these the correct numbers for Trinity? Yes, her records go with her. The entire record stays together. I have three of them that have 181s. Are they in any sort of order? Jones and Almond. J, J, and A. I have two Joneses. Look at that. Kimberly Jones and Alexa Jones. So I'd say I want to put them in order by their total score. If the total score is a tie, then I want you to sort out by last name. And if the last names are a tie, then I want you to sort it out by first name. So that's three sorts. Let's start with total. We'll use the big complicated one. We'll give it a click. He says you want to sort by total. Yes, I do. It's total largest to smallest? Sure. Let's add a level. After that, if they're exactly the same, sort by last name from A to Z. And if both last names are exactly the same, break the tie by adding another level. Break the tie by adding their first name, A to Z. That seems good. I'll say OK. Let's see what happens. Now I have the 181s, and if I look at just the 181s, they're in alphabetical order from A, J, J, and, oh, look at that, Alexa Jones comes before Kimberly Jones. The same thing happened with these 171s. Two people had 171. They're both named Garcia. Which one comes first? The first name comes first. See, it's sorted in alphabetical order. Well, that's about all there is to it. Oh, one more thing. It's very important that you don't have an empty row. And you don't have an empty column. All the cells must have something in them. That way it'll work much better. Watch this. uh-oh, somebody put an empty row in there, and they decided, okay, I'll sort it out. I know how to sort it. I watched the video. I'll click anywhere on math, and I'll sort them out, Z to A, Z to A. And it stopped with just these 4. Look at these 90s down here. These 90s didn't jump up there. When it saw an empty row, it stopped. Now you could do it if you wanted to highlight them all, even the empty row. It'll put the empty row as the last one. Let's watch this. Now we'll do a complex sort. You want to sort them by math? Yes, I do. Okay. Now it moved that bottom empty row down to the bottom. So you could sort with empty rows, but it's a little more complicated. Much better to have information in every single row. That's about all there is to it.